We've all had the fantasy of ditching work to live on a remote island somewhere. Some grant access to beaches, bays, boulders and blowholes, others offer caves, coves, cliffs, reefs, and much more. Whatever your version of paradise, these 12 islands across the world deliver eye candy galore. Well, those islands do exist, whether they be exotic spots in the South Pacific or places right here in the United States. We've rounded up the most beautiful islands in the world worth daydreaming about. From the Seychelles to Santorini and the Caribbean to Capri, find your very own Shangri-La in this list of the most beautiful islands in the world. Welcome to Daily Explore channel, and before we reveal those places, make sure to hit the subscribe button for more interesting videos. Here's your 12 most beautiful islands in the world. 1. Maldives. The Maldives, officially the Republic of Maldives, is a small island nation in South Asia, located in the Arabian Sea of the Indian Ocean. It lies southwest of Sri Lanka and India, about 1,000 kilometers from the Asian continent. Holding the largest number of overwater bungalow resorts in the world, more than 75 and counting, the Maldives understands its best asset is the gin-clear, abundant waters of the Indian Ocean. Beneath the mesmerizing waters, coral reefs flourish, luring divers and snorkelers from around the world. Surfers also flock here to ride the uncrowded breaks. Back on land, luxury resorts provide the perfect launching points for adventures focused upon the sea, the archipelago's greatest asset, but also, as the planet's climate changes, its single greatest threat. 2. Bora Bora, French Polynesia. Shaped like a giant sombrero, this lush volcanic island stars in countless South Pacific fantasies. The focal point and best asset of this tropical beauty is its ravishing lagoon in Technicolor turquoise. Fish, turtles, sharks, and rays swim in the clear waters, and tiny islets or motus dot the lagoon. The island, of course, is distinctly French, with mouth-watering cuisine to match. Diving and snorkeling are excellent in the surrounding reefs, and hiking trails weave through the palm-studded forests. If you can afford it, hide out here in a luxurious over-the-water bungalow and bask in your good fortune as you fall asleep to the gentle slosh of the sea. 3. Palawan, Philippines. Palawan is the Philippines' answer to paradise. This island province stretches southwest to Borneo, with lush limestone peaks rising from a jewel-like sea so clear that you can almost see the expressions on the fish from above the surface. Slivers of gleaming white sand beaches fringed with rustling palms rim many of these jungle-clad islands, while under the water, coral reefs teem with an impressive diversity of tropical fish, offering some of the best diving in the world. Other attractions include the island's unique wildlife, emerald lakes, and quaint fishing villages. Coron is home to plush resorts, and El Nido drips with natural beauty and is one of the most alluring islands in the chain. From here, you can island hop around the spectacular Bacuit archipelago. One of Palawan's top attractions is the World Heritage-listed Puerto Princesa Subterranean River National Park, an impressive limestone cave system with a long underground river. 4. Seychelles. Pristine and picture-perfect, the Seychelles are worth traveling for. East of Kenya, this relatively unspoiled archipelago of 115 coral and granite islands is packed with attractions, from UNESCO-listed jungles and thriving coral reefs to palm-lined, powdery beaches flanked by giant boulders. Almost half the total land area of these equatorial isles is protected, and many of the islands lie within fish-rich marine sanctuaries with excellent diving and snorkeling. The Seychelles also feature some of the planet's richest fishing grounds, making this a top destination for anglers. Add some spicy Creole cuisine into the mix, as well as the plush resorts of Kauai, Praslin, and La Digue, and it's easy to understand the Seychelles allure. 5. Santorini, Greece. Santorini is considered to be the fairest island of them all. Visitors never tire of snapping photos of its whitewashed buildings with cobalt blue domes, swimming in its beautiful black sand beaches, and gazing at the dreamy sunsets over the Aegean Sea. Encircling a sea-filled caldera, spectacular Santorini scores top points for its dramatic beauty. Bleached white villas tumble down volcanic cliffs. Blue-domed churches rise against the sparkling sea, and bright sprays of bougainvillea add to the eye-popping palette of color. Other highlights of Santorini include Akrotiri Archaeological Site, Ancient Thera, the black sand beach of Parissa, and of course, the sublime sunsets. Sailing into this stunning caldera surrounded by soaring sea cliffs makes an unforgettable first impression. 6. The Cook Islands. If you've ever dreamed of being a castaway in the South Pacific, the Cook Islands are for you. Strung between French Polynesia and Samoa but with strong ties to New Zealand, the archipelago's 15 islands are among the most beautiful islands in the South Pacific. Among the island's top attractions are enticing aquamarine lagoons, palm-fringed beaches, and volcanic peaks. Best of all, the locals are among the friendliest in the South Pacific. Rarotonga is the main tourist hub, with its many resorts, lush peaks, and plentiful beaches. Aitutaki is one of the most beautiful islands in the South Pacific. Hibiscus-laced villages snuggle on the hillsides, and 21 motus or small islets lie along its heavenly lagoon, many within kayak distance of the resorts. 7. Bali, Indonesia. Bali, located east of Java and west of Lombok, the province includes the island of Bali and a few smaller neighboring islands, notably Nusa Penida, Nusa Lembongan, and Nusa Ceningan. Bali's intoxicating culture is a feast for the senses. Incense wafts from Hindu temples, rice paddies glow in electric greens, and the food jolts the taste buds. Surfing, swimming, and sunbathing are popular activities at the island's beautiful beaches, and tourists will find so many other things to do on this exotic isle, from temple hopping and sightseeing in the lush countryside to spa treatments, shopping, and hiking. Soak up the spiritual side of Bali in Ubud, see Seminayak, and family-friendly Sanur, feel the pumping pulse of touristy Kuta, or explore the attractions on the neighboring volcanic island of Lombok. Looking for somewhere chic to stay? Choose from beautiful beach resorts, and if you're bringing the kids, you'll find plenty of good value places to stay with the family. One thing's for sure, Bali's enchanting spirit will wash over you like a warm tropical wave. 8. Fiji Island. One of Australia's go-to tropical escapes, Fiji ticks all the fantasy island boxes. White sand beaches, translucent turquoise waters, and teeming coral reefs are all found here in abundance. And the Fijian people welcome visitors with warm, friendly smiles. Diving, snorkeling, fishing, and, in some areas, surfing are all popular things to do in Fiji, but sprawling under a palm tree and slipping into the silky warm seas can be equally rewarding. With more than 300 islands, it's easy to find the best island for your vacation, from luxurious celebrity hideaways and family-friendly resorts to the sublime Yasawa and Mamanuca group. Fijians love young children, so this is a fabulous destination for families looking to relax. 9. Kauai Island. Kauai is called the Garden Isle for good reason. Rainforests cloak much of the interior, waterfalls tumble from lava cliffs, and the intoxicating fragrance of tropical blooms hangs heavy on the sultry air. But the island's beauty lies not just in its luxuriant flora, its spectacular coastline will take your breath away. Lava sculpted this stunning island, thrusting up from the ocean floor to form velvety ridges and vertiginous cliffs rimmed by gorgeous beaches. Beneath its cobalt blue seas, turtles and tropical fish swim along coral reefs, delighting divers and snorkelers from around the globe. Compared to its popular sister islands, Maui and Oahu, Kauai exudes a low-key vibe and tends to move at a more relaxed pace. Don't miss Kauai's top attractions, the breathtaking Na Pali coast, 10-mile-long Waimea Canyon, and the cloud-capped vistas from the cliffs above Hanalei Bay. 10. St. Lucia, Caribbean. St. Lucia exudes a dark and brooding beauty. Unlike other Caribbean islands, its best assets are not necessarily its beaches, though with their golden sands and graceful palms, they are popular with those who visit. Rather, the island itself is drenched in topographic drama. While St. Lucia has its share of palm-fringed beaches, the island's most beloved feature are the pitons, a pair of volcanic peaks visible from almost every part of the island. Rainforest treks, West Indian cuisine, and rum punches round out the experience. Bristling forests of coconut palms, waterfalls, quaint fishing villages, coral reefs, nature trails, and healing hot springs are just some of the sights to explore on St. Lucia. Pretty Marigot Bay and Anse Chastanet Marine Park are highlights. The island's French influences also add to its exotic appeal. 11. Samoa Island. Geographically and culturally, this small nation is known as the cradle of Polynesia. Samoa is notable for its Fa'a Samoa way of life. It's a 3,000-year-old social code that prizes family, tradition and the environment. Making it one of the most authentic and traditional of all Pacific societies. In some parts of the islands you're more likely to see someone juggling fire than a house with walls. Happily, the landscape is as lovely as the local culture. Serene but spirited, wild yet well-manicured, hushed but birthed by volcanic explosions, its intense natural beauty, all iridescent seas, jade jungles and crystal waterfalls, this is a humble place, devoid of mega-resorts and flashy attractions. From the relative ruckus of Apia to the soul-stirring silence of Savai'i, you'll find a paradise that is safe, sweet and easy to get around. 12. Koh Phi Phi, Thailand. In Koh Phi Phi, a small archipelago in the Krabi province of Thailand, lush limestone peaks rise from the tropical sea, and warm waters lap on palm-lined sugary beaches. Slammed by the tsunami in 2004, Koh Phi Phi has now recovered. Its natural beauty still recalls the tropical island dream evoked in the famous Leonardo DiCaprio movie, The Beach, which was filmed here at Maya Beach on the smaller neighboring island of Koh Phi Phi Lay. With their curvy, bleached beaches and stunning jungle interiors, Phi Phi Don and Phi Phi Lay, collectively known as Koh Phi Phi, are the darlings of the Andaman coast. Phi Phi Don is a hedonistic paradise where visitors cavort by day in azure seas and party all night on soft sand. In contrast, smaller Koh Phi Phi Lay is undeveloped and hotel-free, its coral reefs and crystal-clear waters overseen by soaring, jagged cliffs, and visited only on day or sunset cruises. That's it. 12 most beautiful islands in the world. But don't just take our word, no matter where you decide to visit, you'll find plenty of idyllic islands or places out there. Thanks for watching. Once again, if you still not subscribed to our channel, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell button for more interesting videos.